My name is Margaret Ann Windsor. Uh, the name I have to use is Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married Childers. I was kidnapped in 41 from Buckingham Palace and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of twin Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married Childers. Both twins, Peggy and Carl, had been born out of wedlock, and they were killed by their mother, Lina Dempsey. And I was taken there and given the identity of Peggy. It was in '83 when I was in a political campaign and flown out to Larry Flint's. I'd written about mind control and programming and shootings, and Larry Flint was a product. He was in Lawrenceville in March of '78, and he was shot, and the person programmed to kill his attorney and shoot him. So I was flown out there in a political campaign, and the reason, well, I believe the spraying out there was I have to laugh. I don't know what I do. I start skipping the beat here, trying to. That's what it does. One of the things it does to me when I'm around them. I don't know what they're spraying for. There's anyway out there. Anyway, I don't know if I can finish it. It's according to what I've closed the door. But anyway, I wanted to insert this. If you care to follow my other videos today, I had the wrong date, by the way. This is May the 20th, and it's getting to me. My ears closing up, and I'm skipping. You'd think I had Alzheimer's. I have to get away from it. So anyway, read this and you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know if that's deliberate out there now, or that it's just something that they need to do once in a while. But anyway, I wanted to say that the name of my tapes, so that you can follow it, it's the 20th, and I put the 19th on there. It's, well, I guess I better get my ducks in a row if I'm going to. Here it is. It's Affordable Corporate Suites. Well, it's Affordable Suites, Roanoke, slash chemicals slash politics. And it's deliberately, I can't talk, see. Wow. I don't know what to use on me now. They know I'm doing this and have done it. But over the years, if you read the other, I may have start this one over. I laughed to get through it. Anyway, I'll just make it short. On the other tapes, I've shown this, where Carl Barton, a Virginia State Trooper, brought me off the mountain. He was hosting his wife back in '09 of August. And I was camped at a national campground, national park campground off of Roanoke Mountain. And he brought me down. I had fuel. If I'm being redundant, it's what just started up out there. And again, I'm trying to laugh. There's nothing funny about it. But I think everybody knows that. Anyway, during the night, my tent, Sarah tent, I had fuel poured all over the tent, and I had to get up and sleep at didn't sleep. And remember, I don't know, do they plan to just totally take me out now? I don't know. Anyway, I was brought there after the fuel was poured on my tent, and I stayed up at a bench that night. And the next day, this led the way, though, for them to bring me down here to Corporate Suites. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that. I stayed there 17 months. They paid the security deposit. Stayed there 17 months being really force-fed chemicals. When they come in through the door and you've got it locked, and they come in and soak your bedding and linen, bear with me, this is what it does to me, among all the other things. My immune system attacks itself, and inflammation, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, normally I could live, it's anywhere but where I live, and I'm force-fed them deliberately. So let me say this was just a letter from Gene Croft, the manager at that one location, and Lance Cooperman owns about 4 or 5 of these here in Roanoke, Salem, and Vinton. Well, I don't know if he owns one in Vinton. But now then, he owns a whole bunch of them over the state of Virginia, and I don't know, outside Virginia, but extended stays also. But I was brought here from off the mountain by a retired state trooper. They paid the security deposit and left. And before Linda left, his wife, she said, this is how we move you, force you to move with chemicals. Well, I thought, well, it was a surprise her admitting it. I already knew it, but nobody will listen to me. They'll just say, oh, it's not happening, et cetera, et cetera. When they really know, I've always had stuff on me if they didn't know to prove it. But anyway, she said, we're Americans, we're above the law. And this is just a letter from Jean where I stayed there. I was taken there August of '09, and I stayed there till I sucked up the fumes and the damage done to my kidneys and everything over the years, because this has happened everywhere I've gone. I'm just using this one as an example today. I can hardly walk, and I developed shingles after I moved in here April the 3rd of this year, and that's because of the stress of this ongoing soaking me in chemicals and nowhere to go with it. The law is telling them to do it. And my veins, everything are so deteriorated, my kidneys, etc. But anyway, these people here know it at this one. When I moved in, I got the shingles later, but a few days later, a week or so later, and they know all of this. And the letter I'm going to read to you is, well, she came to the door last, I simply asked her, when I came in, I told her that I had immune disorder and I reacted to some chemicals. Well, now I have to inhale. Let me explain that. And that's where the allergy is. You inhale it, and it makes your immune system attack itself if it's a chemical you're allergic to. Now, if you're in your home or a small apartment or a studio, and you either have to inhale it and suffer the consequences or leave. So I got the shingles after coming here and telling her this, and they won't get better until they stop this. I've taken medicine, they should be gone. They demand, like they always have, to come in and clean once a week. Well, if they just use normal cleaning, how much, these are new, relatively new, as you can see, how much damage can I do in a week to week? And I had planned, the girl that was here before me stayed here 2 years, so I have nowhere else to go. So when I leave this Thursday, I don't know where I'm going, and it's Memorial Day weekend. And they know all this. They do it to keep their jobs, etc. And because the cops have got stuff on some of them, the management infractions are, I'll quote the FBI, everybody's got something to hide. So they keep their jobs, etc., and they're not going to pay for their crimes, what they're doing to me. Anyway. Here's a letter I got. I simply asked because I was so sick, and when they come in, and they get on their knees and do the floor with something. Can you believe that? The floor here, and then that kitchen is all, and the bathroom is all tile. They spray the walls, which can be okay, the tile, except when you're sick, you would think they would make accommodations with you. Well, this is deliberate, and that's my point. And I wanted to ask a question here. Normally, you would think that people try to accommodate you. You're a guest. You're a customer. And I wanted to ask this question. How many people has Affordable Corporate Suites told to leave in this Roanoke area where I am, Salem, Roanoke, I'll put this, since 1987. How many people have they written letters and told to leave over this period of time? Now I'm going to read this. They came last Tuesday because they refused my request for me to, and they know I got shingles and can't get well, and I had to call the doctor again. They don't care. Blatantly, you should see what's been taking place here. I'm 75 years old.